Hey guys, Dr. Decks here. Just wanted to explain to you a little bit of the details that went on this skirting. So this upper section of the deck has a piece of AZEK Building Products Dark Hickory, and it's a 1x6 configuration, and it's just curved right around the deck just to match the curve of what was already here. The center is vertical coastline. It's a 1x12 that TimberTech sells for fascia and skirting purposes. So we use that to skirt the deck from our trim piece down to the bottom, and then we wrapped it with another piece of dark hickory, but we ripped it in half, so we put a little bit lower profile on the bottom. And the way this is assembled is the field color goes in first, so they face screw this every 16 inches to material that we bent around this curve, and then the top and the bottom go on after that. So here's a cutaway of the skirt framing that's going in. We had to remove a board so we could put some framing together for our landing. And so you can see every 16 inches we have a flexible piece of material that we use to screw the skirting to that keeps its curve. So it's hard to use traditional lumber to get a curve like this. So we use PVC decking, we rip it in half, and that forms really nice to our curve. And then we're able to take these fascia boards and screw them to these supports here to create our skirting. So on this project we used Regal Ideas 42-inch high tempered glass rail system with LED lighting in the top. So at night it looks really cool when you can light it up in 3 different colors. It comes in a blue and an amber and a white. And when last time you saw this, the glass wasn't installed yet. So now the guys have gotten all the rails done. We were missing a post, we got that in. We got all the glass in now. So this is pretty much a complete system except for where we have some down rails and our staircase and that kind of stuff. And all the lighting's done. The top rail, the bottom rails are in. All the glass just slides in really nice. There's little rubber bumpers on the bottom that hold the glass up, and it's nice and sturdy. We're really happy. We're really happy with the way it turned out. Another thing we've been doing is trim work. When we trim out a deck, we take a piece of 1x6 AZEK decking, and we use a full deck board on our top, and then we like to use the thinner fascia pieces below that. So you'll see us doing that quite often, where we're double stacking fascia boards to create a little bit of depth, which makes it look a little bit nicer, in my opinion. And then we Cortex the front of the thick board, and then the lower board we can't Cortex, so we just use color matching stainless steel screws for that. So today we're working on our reverse set of curved stairs. We gotta install the first board and actually our fascia wrap first, because we have to install some lights in this and we can't get to the wires once we cover it up. So we have to kind of pre-wire these lights, so we can only do a certain amount of the lighting first. Then once all the lighting's done, we can lay all the stairboard treads and get that done. So that's going to take us a little bit of time because we're doing all the finish work first before we actually lay in the decking, which is kind of reverse of how we do it, but it's strictly because of the electrics. So we're also building a landing over here, which will be going in on this side of this deck. That will transfer into a set of stairs that exit down to the grass. So it may look beautiful out right now, and I always will take a day with no rain over other days. But what you don't see is the wind chill today, and we're in the teens. It's hard to feel our feet or our fingers. We're just constantly battling the weather in this state. Optimal, ideal working conditions, is obviously sunny and 70 degrees. Those days are far and few between where I live. It rains quite a bit, and we have a lot of overcast days. Overcast days are probably the best days to work in, as you can work, there's not beating down sun on you, you have a lot of shade, it's the most comfortable environment to work in. But probably the worst for us is the rain. We have a lot of it, and good rain gear always helps, but it seems like you're always soaking wet. It always slows us down. And it's just one of those things you learn to live with if you're going to work in this state. Recently, we just received 12 inches of snow, and that pretty much paralyzed the entire town as well as our job site. So we shut down for a week, just waiting for some of the snow to melt, and then we're up here shoveling, and it's still 30 degrees out. So those type of conditions really make it difficult to continue our construction.
All right, so right now we are putting together the box for our landing, which is going to go right over there where the staircase is going to be coming down. And yeah, I'm just finishing putting it together. These are going to be the joists for the landing. This is going to be the part that's going up against the main beam. And then once we get this installed, then we'll start working on the staircase.
So for the uneducated, aka myself, why is there a space between that board and these boards?
Okay, so we have an 1 3/4 inch gap right here, so that when we slide the box for the landing in, all of those joists are going to stick up an 1 3/4 inches, and they're going to run along the other 2x10s that we have on part of the deck, and that's going to give us a spot to fasten all of those boards to.
How many drills do you have
At least 20.
that are like all the same?
We probably have 15 impact drivers. Yeah, maybe 20 impact drivers, and then we have about 4 or 5 standard drills that we use.
Jeez.
We are starting to install our stair tread so that we can get our fascia mounted and then get our lighting in so we can finish our stairs.
So these holes you're gonna fill with that Cortex stuff?
Yep, every single hole you see will be corked with a little color matched PVC plug that a company called Fasten Master makes. So
We're going to lunch today? You taking me to lunch?
yeah, I'm buying the guys lunch today because it was both their birthdays. Phil and Andy's birthdays are a week apart.
Yesterday was mine.
Was it really? It was yesterday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the 24th.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, man. I identify as a 26-year-old. So, 26 this year.
I identify as a 49-year-old, almost 50.
Today we can identify as anything we want.
I identify as a double bacon cheeseburger.